Hey everybody, it's Bigzell here playing more World of Tanks. I'm in the E25. As you can see from my stats, I've only played 19 games in this. This is actually technically the 20th game I played in this because you only get stats up into a certain point and then you have to wait for another few days before they get updated. Regardless, stats, blah blah, mods, all this blah 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 stuff. I'm playing with the E25 and I'm going to sit and watch the cap for a little bit. We're going to have a little snooze, yeah? We're going to sit and enjoy looking at things. In fact, I'm going to take that off and I'm just going to zoom out a bit so we can see what other people are doing. So, the E25, if you've never seen this tank before, I think this is a really good tank. The reason behind this tank and how good I think it is the fact that it has a really good camo rating. It has a really decent gun that reloads really quickly. The penetration is okay. You're not going to penetrate the higher end heavy tanks if you get into a tier 8 game or a tier 9 game maybe. But in general, this is a really good tank. It's quick as well, and it's got a decent view range. It's not the best view ranges. So I treat this like a scouty tank destroyer. You get into position, you have a look around, you see what you can see, you take the shots, and then you move to a different location, and you scout and you look around and you take more shots. At this point, I am literally just looking. I'm not really scouting because the T21 and the other heavier medium tanks up in the corner there are doing the work for me. So I'm not really doing anything useful at this point in time. It doesn't stay like that. Okay, guys? This is just a heads up. It does not stay like this. I decide in a minute to move. Can't remember how this goes. All I know is I did alright, hence why I'm now doing this video. I wouldn't do it if it didn't do alright. So, what is going to happen? Well, the top right hand corner, you think from the look of it that they're going to beat the shit out of them all. But more and more tanks start to funnel, enemy tanks that is, start to funnel into that group. So the Firefly and the IS start to get under some quite heavy attack. And that T20 decides for some reason that he wants to stop the cap. So he gets a decent shot and stops the cap. I can't get a shot on him, so I'm not even going to bother trying. But the cap has been reset by about 20% or something, which isn't a problem really, because at the moment the AMX-12T, which is the enemy AMX-12T, is holding it up. Now is my chance to do some damage. The T25 is just going to be history, because the reload of this gun is 2.8 seconds for me. It could be better if you use, different things in your setup, but just keep hitting him. Just keep him tracked, keep him hit, and there you go. That's it. While that was going on, though, you'll notice in that top corner, they've lost that corner. As far as I'm concerned, they've lost it. The T43 is technically on his own now. The AT15. But I'm just going to take that guy out the best I can. AMX-12 comes round the corner. I'm going to move into position so I can take him out when he comes round. There you go. Now I'm going to move. I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to have to move because the T43 is on his own. I'm looking around thinking, what is he going to do? I'm going to see if I can get anything that comes over the top of this ridge. And if I can't, I'm going to then move and help the T43 out. I'm going to do my best to get some damage off my pal over here, but I do believe I miss him a couple of times. In that time, unfortunately, I'm just going to keep shooting at thin air, obviously. The Tiger here is kind of a bit of a pain in the ass, actually. And I wait too long. For some reason, I wait at that point, and I'm thinking, why did I wait? I had him perfectly, his lower glacis to shoot at, but I didn't, which was a bit strange. Anyway, the T-34-1 gets taken out, and the T-43 here is in a bit of a dire position, really. He can't really do much. The cap, now all the progress we'd made on the cap had been completely deserted, but I'm going to come round the back here, and I'm going to see if I could do some damage to this Tiger. Now, even in reverse, I'm pretty quick and manoeuvrable, so I've got to literally get the hell out of here. And that's exactly what I do. Now, the AT-8 and the AT-15A are both sitting in the cap. So I'm going to see if I can do some damage. I completely miss a shot for some reason, and I take a shot from the AT-15A. And as soon as that happens, as soon as I get my second shot off, I move back, because I know both of those tanks have got really good DPM, or damage per minute. So they've got a really decent reload, they could do a lot of damage. So I'm going to circle around again. Change the position, mess it all up. They don't know where I'm going. The T25 AT is going to help us out a little bit, but I'm going to see if I can get behind here, and here we go. I'm going to start pummeling on the 88 because it's just unhappy, this tank, because the accuracy is pretty decent as well, as you noticed, because I was able to get straight through onto the top of their tank past its front armor. I keep tracking the vehicle so that it can't turn to face me, which is also a very important thing to do. I'm focusing on probably the wrong part of the tank in certain areas, and I've wasted that opportunity to track him. So I'm just going to focus, and there we go. The last thing left is this Tiger, which I am now going to try and basically destroy. And this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm just going to sit here, and then I get a little bit of luck, because I ammo rack him. Beautiful, beautiful little ammo rack for all its glory. Excellent stuff. There we go. Ammo rack on the Tiger 1. Did quite a lot of damage. Yeah, really happy with that. So the battle results. Obviously first class, I got Top Gun and the high caliber reward. Did very decent amount of work for that. Did a very decent amount. Got an ammo rack award, I believe. That is what that one is there. The other two are probably pretty standard. If you damage a tank, you get an award these days. So there we go. So there we have it. 3,100 damage. 3,100 damage. I'll put that into perspective, okay? My gun on average does about 125 HP worth of damage. Between 120 and 150 on average. Something like that. Shots fired, I did 37. Direct hits 31, penetration 21. So I did 3,100 damage in 21 hits. That is a lot of hits. That's a really lot of hits to do that much damage in. But because this tank has a really good reload rate, you can do that. You can use those bullets, those shells, and those shots to do that much damage, especially on targets that allow you to just keep hitting them, keep taking damage off them. And remember, one of those was a 500 hit because of the ammo rack. So technically, I did like 2,600 damage in 20 shots. So there you have it, E25 action, pretty decent stuff. Enjoyed that very much. I hope you enjoyed it too, and I'll see you next time.